Some years ago, that immense stretch of territory extending from the Missouri River west to the Pacific Ocean, and from the Brazos River in Texas north to the Red Cloud Agency in Dakota, knew no braver nor more desperate man than Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp is one of the few men I personally knew in the West in the early days, whom I regarded as absolutely destitute of physical fear. I've often remarked, and I'm not alone in my conclusion, that what goes for courage in a man is generally the fear of what others will think of him. In other words, personal bravery is largely made up of self-respect, egotism, and an apprehension of the opinion of others. Wyatt Earp's daring and apparent recklessness in time of danger is wholly characteristic. Personal fear doesn't enter into the question, and when everything is said and done, I believe he values his own opinion of himself more than that of others. Wyatt was not one of those human tigers who delighted in shedding blood just for the fun of the thing. He never at any time in his career resorted to the pistol excepting in cases where such a course was absolutely necessary. Wyatt could scrap with his fist and had often take all of the fight out of the bad men, as they were called, with no other weapons than those provided by nature. There were few men in the West who could whip Wyatt in a rough and tumble fight 30 years ago, and I suspect he could give a tough youngster a hard tussle right now, even if he's 61 years of age. He always arrayed himself on the side of law and order, and on a great many occasions, at the risk of his life, rendered valuable service in upholding the majesty of the law in those communities in which he lived. In the spring of 1876, he was appointed Assistant City Marshal of Dodge City, Kansas, which was then the largest shipping point in the north for the immense herds of Texas cattle that were annually driven from Texas to the northern markets. Wyatt's reputation for courage and coolness was well known to many of the citizens of Dodge City. In fact, it was his reputation that secured him the appointment of Assistant City Marshal. While he invariably went armed, he seldom had occasion to do any shooting in Dodge City, and only once do I recall when he shot to kill. The cowboy succeeded in firing 3 shots before Wyatt got his pistol in action. Wyatt missed at the first shot, which was probably due to the fact that the horse the cowboy was riding kept continually plunging around, which made it rather a hard matter to get a beat on him. His second shot, however, did the work, and the cowboy rolled off his horse and was dead by the time the crowd reached him. I have known him since the early 70s and have always found him a quiet, unassuming man, not given to brag or bluster, but at all times and under all circumstances, a loyal friend and an equally dangerous enemy.